A cup filled with bitter poison, a trembling hand, and a man who refused to flinch as death crept slowly through his limbs. This is the end of Socrates, Athens' most stubborn philosopher, a man who spent his entire life asking questions, and who died for refusing to stop. His death was not swift, it was not dignified, in the way legends make it seem, and it was never meant to be merciful. It was a punishment, cold, deliberate, final. Socrates was not merely sentenced to die, he was sentenced to disappear. But in trying to erase him, Athens only guaranteed his immortality. The man behind the legend. He was not what you might expect of a legend. Short, thick-set, barefoot, wrapped in a ragged cloak that never changed with the seasons. He had no riches, no titles, no written legacy of his own. Socrates did not lecture in grand halls. He wandered through streets, markets, gymnasia, intercepting strangers with a single question: "What do you know?" He claimed to know nothing, but in peeling back the false certainties of others, he humiliated priests, poets, craftsmen, and politicians alike. For Socrates, no topic was off limits. Justice, love, truth, courage, the gods, especially the soul. But what made him dangerous wasn't just the questions. It was that he refused to stop asking. He called himself a gadfly, a tiny insect that bites and stings a lazy horse to keep it awake. The horse was Athens, and he was the sting. He irritated the powerful, embarrassed the confident, and while he gained loyal students, Plato, Alcibiades, Critias, he gained enemies faster. The Athens he lived in. The city that executed Socrates was not the golden Athens of Pericles. It was a fractured, paranoid place, scarred by war and defeat. The Peloponnesian War had just ended. Sparta had won. Athens, once an empire, had been brought to its knees, its navy dismantled, its walls torn down, its pride shattered. In the chaos, a brutal regime took control, the 30 tyrants. Among them, Critias, a student of Socrates. Though Socrates did not support them, his association left a dark shadow. A democracy returned, but it returned frightened, suspicious, looking for traitors, and Athens found one. In the man who asked too many questions. Socrates became the scapegoat, not for war, but for doubt. He stood accused not of violence, but of thought, of corrupting the youth, of introducing strange gods, of disrespecting the old ones. The trial, a public execution in disguise. In the year 399 BCE, Socrates stood before a jury of 501 Athenian citizens, 3 prosecutors, Meletus, Anytus, and Lycon. Their charges? That he corrupted young minds, denied the gods of the city, undermined the moral fabric of Athens. It was called a trial. In truth, it was a ritual, a ceremony to reaffirm the city's shaken identity. Socrates refused to plead, refused to flatter, refused even to apologize. In Plato's Apology, he stood unflinching. He told the jury they owed him thanks, that he had done Athens a service, that by provoking thought he had strengthened the city's soul. And when asked what punishment he deserved, he did not beg. He said, "Free meals for life at the Prytaneum, the city's dining hall for champions." It was not a plea, it was a provocation. The jury found him guilty by a narrow margin, but when the choice came, exile or death, more chose death. They asked for humility. He gave them irony. They wanted silence. He gave them clarity. The 30 days before death. He did not die that day. By sacred law, no executions could occur while the state's holy ship was on its voyage to Delos, a ritual journey to honor Apollo. Until it returned, all executions were postponed. So, Socrates waited. 30 days. In a small cell near the agora. No chains, no isolation, but no freedom either. He received visitors, students, friends, his wife. Some begged him to flee. Guards had been bribed. The door could be opened. But Socrates refused. To escape, he said, would betray the very laws he had spent a lifetime defending. Plato's Crito captures these moments, Socrates calm, his companions torn. He told them that death was not a curse, that it might be sleep without dreams, or a journey to a place where he could speak again, with Homer, Hesiod, and the heroes of old. Each visit became quieter, each day a little slower. The waiting itself became its own execution. The poison. Then the ship returned. No drums, no guards with drawn swords, just a cup, and a man ready to take it. Conium maculatum, hemlock, a thick, bitter poison made from a wild plant. It paralyzes the body, but leaves the mind awake. Socrates bathed, dressed, spoke calmly. In Plato's Phaedo, his final conversation is not about fear, but the soul. When the jailer entered, the room fell silent. The cup was passed. Socrates took it. He drank. No flinch, no hesitation. He was told to walk until his legs weakened, then to lie down. The numbness began in his feet. It crept upward, slow, unstoppable. Legs, torso, chest. His breath shortened, his skin cooled, and then he spoke once more. Crito, we owe a cock to Asclepius. See that it is paid. His last words, a debt to the god of healing, a message cloaked in meaning. Moments later, he fell silent. The aftermath, a city haunted. The room remained still. The poison had done its work. Socrates, who had never stopped speaking, was now silent, but his silence echoed louder than any words he'd ever spoken. Those who watched knew instantly. This was not justice. This was fear, masked as law. His body, still warm, was washed and buried by his companions. No ceremony, no public mourning, only silence and guilt. Athens, the city that once exalted wisdom and free speech, had killed its most relentless seeker of truth. At first, there was no outcry. The trial had followed procedure, but in the days that followed, a quiet shame began to spread. He had died with more grace than his accusers had ever lived. The turning of the tide. His students scattered. Plato fled Athens. Others went silent, but none forgot. And the memory of that cup, held steady in a trembling hand, remained. In time, Athens began to feel the weight of what it had done. Socrates, once mocked, was now mourned. Statues were raised, stories retold. His name, once condemned, became legend. Too late, the city tried to punish those who'd condemned him. Meletus died in disgrace, Anytus fled, Lycon vanished, but none of it brought him back. Socrates was gone, but through Plato, he began to speak again, not with a voice, but with a presence, a shadow in every philosophy class, a whisper behind every question, and always, in the background, the cup. When ideas are dangerous. Athens believed it was defending itself from corruption, heresy, instability. But what it feared was far simpler, a man who would not stop asking questions. Socrates exposed weakness, not just in arguments, but in society, in religion, in politics, in law. And when power feels threatened, it does not argue, it silences. His death was not a mistake, it was a warning. Democracies can become tyrannies. Public trials can mask private fears. And the most dangerous man in the city is the one who does not fear death. Socrates was not a hero in his time. He was a problem, a disruption, a mirror no one wanted to look into. And so, they broke the mirror. He did not plead for mercy. He did not curse his accusers. He drank the poison. He lay down. He waited. His last act was not defiance. It was clarity. Not acceptance of guilt, but of truth. A truth that outlives the body. A truth that spreads, slow and irreversible, like poison through veins. And in that silence, the world heard something new. You can kill the man, you cannot kill the question.